Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being here this morning. I appreciate it so much. We're back with another show, another local news hot topic show. And we got a lot of stuff to get into, y'all, a lot of stuff to cover. So thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it so much. Why don't you hit that like button? Give me a little like while you making your way in. I appreciate the love. Shout out to the crew as always. And I appreciate y'all for checking out the uploads and liking them, all that good stuff. Thank you doing that. I'm gonna try to do more uploads on hot topics. But today is gonna be all local news, and I'm gonna kick it off with some positive news. I miss doing that, and I came across a couple positive news stories, so I want to talk about those stories. I want to definitely make sure I cover those stories, and so we'll kick it off with that. And also we'll jump into this subject about street justice, and I came across some stuff and I want to talk to y'all about, whether street justice sometimes is the most appropriate thing, or maybe it might not necessarily be the best way you should conduct yourself. But I got two videos, two different things that occurred, and I'm curious to see what you all think, because I know what I think, but I'm curious to see what you all think. So it'll be real interesting. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. If you have not hit that like button, please feel free to do so. And if you want to support me or this channel, you can always do so by sending a cash app anytime, not here, not then, not there, but anytime you feel like it, at $ Roman L. Jackson. Now, can we get into the show today? Can we get into the show today? What's up, crew? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to y'all. I hope my signal and everything is good and clear. Maybe I got 3 boxes. I went to Xfinity and asked them, am I muted? Can y'all hear me really good and loud and clear? All that good stuff. Let me know, because I went to them and I told them I can't have this shit happening no more. So it should be good. Shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being here this morning. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Listen, We got a lot of stuff to get into. My first big note on my whole entire note board right here at the top under announcements is I miss y'all. And I'm saying that because one, I did miss y'all on Sunday when I didn't come back and do our Neo Soul. And I missed that. I really, really wanted to do that. But I think I told you all earlier in the week that one of my ex friends or whatever is moving back here. He moved back Friday. And so Sunday was he hit me randomly and asked me about a couple of things. I was like, you need me to run you around a couple of stores and stuff. So we went to a couple of stores, which turned out into a longer journey than expected. And time got to me. But I'm so happy he is here, y'all. I felt like old times. I felt good about it. So I missed that. But I'm gonna pop up. I ain't gonna put a date on it, but we're gonna pop up and do some deals. Please let me know my is if I'm trying to check. Yeah, it is. I don't know what else to do. I have all the technology in the world. I don't know what else to do. Oh my god. I see a gym in here and I see a gym in here and I see a gym in there. But y'all gotta bear with me. I'm trying to get it all. Oh yeah, it was cold. I ran my baby out this morning. Good morning. Shout out to the chat. Good morning, Naries. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hey Rika. Good morning. And thank y'all for being members. Hey Miss Gerald. Good morning, babes. Good morning. Okay, winter. Hey, yeah, I ran my baby out. I took him last night to get groomers to go to the groomers, and I'm telling him, I'm like, I need y'all to cut his motherfucking hair off. If he need to be skinless, I don't want no more hair in my house. And there was like, sir, there's this actual dog treatment that you can do for your dogs, and it keeps them 99% from shedding up to 5 weeks, and you have to redo it every 5 weeks. I said, no, what is this? I took advantage of it. So I said, yeah, sign him up, sign him up, sign him up. So this morning I ran him outside to walk, and after this, I'm dropping that ass off. When I tell you all the fur, it be like this thick of fur, just round, just round. I hate that shit. And that's the biggest thing I hate about my dog, but we're not gonna get into that. Anyways. So shout out to y'all for being here. Good morning, High Spicy, and shout out to the Moddies being in the chat. Slim Body Ben. What's up? What's up, King? What's up? What's up to you? Good morning, Mrs. G. Good morning. Good morning to y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all day going? How y'all week been? I mean, it's a Monday. It's the second week of the month. I hope y'all feeling good. I hope y'all waking up on the right side of the bed. All right, y'all. I want to get into this show because I don't want to have to rush through it all, but we got a lot to get through. Now, I want to say this at the top of the hour. Okay. There are videos, there are things we're going to talk about that will trigger you, that will, might hurt your feelings or whatever, but I'm putting it out here because my whole goal is to inform, to talk, and learn the lesson. So you might see somebody knocked out, you might see a baby mom getting put out. Either or, they're definitely triggering. Okay. Now, to balance the plate, I don't want to keep us, all the way down. I'm gonna open the show with news, some positive news. Now, if one of these two stories don't make you tear up or say, oh my God, bitch, you need to do something about your own soul and spirit. You need to talk to the Lord. I'm fucking serious. Both stories made me tear up. And if you don't fucking tear up, I'm saying I did. I got real emotional about both stories. And you're gonna see a common theme in both of these stories. And I hope the crew, this is for you. Any of the crew who gets the common theme that I saw in this story, you're getting an automatic $50 cash app because that means you have been thinking along the same lines I'm thinking when you see these two stories. So that's a $50 cash app. Once you see these two positive news stories, you tell me what the common theme of both of them are. So we're gonna get right into it. So, and shout out to y'all. Y'all know I appreciate y'all being here. Shout out to the crew. And remember, I'm bearing with my Wi-Fi. I got like I had to get a whole new phone line installed. So like my YouTube channel now has its own phone line with a dedicated Wi-Fi to it. That's how serious this shit was for me. They had to come plug a hole in the wall. And I'm like, okay, so it should be good. So I'm expecting this to be dope. If it's not, I told him I'm calling that ass. If you need to drill another hole, bitch, drill another one. I don't like that shit. I'm paying 200 and I'm getting whack service. So um shout out to y'all being in here. What's up, Voodoo? Hey, babes. Good morning to you. Good morning, VMW. And yes, please remember to hit that like button on your way in. We're about to have a really good show today. I'm feeling good about this one. All right, so I told you I wanted to kick the show off with some positive news. So this first story comes to us from what is that? Is it Houston? Out of I think it's out of Houston. I believe so. But it's a so this boy with autism. This boy with autism. He's a young child with autism. Him and his family. Oh, it's Colorado Springs, Aurora. There you go, Aurora, Colorado. Out of Aurora, Colorado. This 11-year-old boy. He's autistic. He's an autistic child, and his father. They both all migrated from Africa, Ghana, I believe. His father, they all came to America. They got into a home and a community and all that good stuff. And so his father bought him a piano one day. And to his unknowing, the son blew it out the roof. Blew it out the roof. But unfortunately, his father could only take it so far because they don't have the resources. So he recorded a clip of his son playing it on piano. The clip went viral. I saw the clip, but I was like, oh, look at this little baby. I didn't think nothing of it. But a stranger thought enough of it, you all. A stranger, an absolute stranger, thought enough of it to send this man a $15,000 piano. Not just that, the piano showed up at his doorstep. He just like, oh shit. The man also said, I'm going to give you a year's worth of piano lessons. You don't see this kind of shit every day. Now, I know you're probably like, Roman, what's up? Check out this clip, y'all. Check out, first of all, to those who have autistic children, you just never know the limits of their reach. It's about putting stuff in front of them and seeing what they can do, exposing. And that's exactly what this father did. And it just took off. And I see this son going places. So y'all check out this. And shout out to the crew. And thank y'all for being here this morning. I appreciate it.
Was music to his eyes. Best things come in small packages was never gifted a grand piano. Jude's father, Isaiah.
So one day it just shows up at the house?
Yes, all for free. Who does that?
The answer in a moment. But first, the reason. About a year and a half, Jude's dad heard a noise coming from the basement. There was an old keyboard down there, but no one knew how to play it. Certainly not his autistic son, Jude. Or so he thought. Isaiah then got Jude a larger keyboard so he could do. And boy, could he do. The kid never had a lesson. No one taught him any of this.
How do you explain as you are?
It's a miracle.
You think it's a miracle?
That's what I prefer.
Bill Magnuson prefers that too.
Is he special?
Beyond special. He's Mozart level. It's coming from
Bill is a piano tuner. He saw a local news story about Jude, heard him play, learned how his parents immigrated from Ghana, how they're raising 4 children and sending money back to Ghana.
what resources are left over to help this special little soul.
Yours.
Yeah.
Using an inheritance from his father, Bill bought the
I'm literally watching.
spent $15,000. He has promised to tune it once a month for the rest of his life.
Very nice.
And he's even paying for Jude to get professional.
We're family now.
Somebody to just love your son like that by making sure that his future is secured. We are super thankful. Yeah.
Press the pedal.
Caring for other children as your own. The defining note of humanity.
Absolutely an amazing story. And again, I apologize if that clip was staticky. But it's about the 11-year-old boy who's autistic. His father bought him a piano. The piano ended up staying downstairs in the basement. He ended up picking it up and learning how to do it. But someone in the community saw this clip, this viral clip, get picked up on the news station and gifted him a $15,000 piano. I don't think a lot of people who begin and start out has a $15,000 piano, but he has one. And y'all saw him playing and you saw his spirit. Did you see the little man's spirit? Um, so again, I tell you, these little kids, they inspire me. That's such a positive story, and I wish the clip would have played the way it was supposed to play. I'm so mad that it's static for you all like that. I don't understand what else, but I hope you all got the gist of that. That's love. That's the random act of kindness just given to someone. And remember, if you guess the common thread between this positive news story and our next one we're going to get into, I want you to put it in the chat and you'll get a $50 cash app. Because to me, it's important to share this, especially for our local news report and what we talk about over here. And shout out to the man that decided to give him a year's worth of free lessons. That's a lot of money. Some places that's upwards of about $10,000-$15,000 worth of lessons. So that's a huge commitment. So shout out to that. Let me see. You said we got the message, King Roman knows. What up, Zap? What up, Zap? What up, Cash App and bullshit? Kurt Vixen, the crew is in the building. What up? That is so touching, wasn't it? It really was. Wow, a grand piano lowest prices is at least 10,000. Good morning. Good morning. Wow, right. Exactly. So yeah, so that's one good story. Now get this next story, which I thought was to be amazing. So you have this local food critic. He's a food critic. His name is Keith Lee. And he just took it one day, he just took it upon himself to start doing reviews of smaller dishes like Chipotle bowls. Then it turned into restaurants and it just became a thing. He has about 7 something million followers. So check this out. He has about 7.2 million followers and he does nothing but reviews. A small following, but people really, really look up to this man. So in terms of his food critics, I didn't even know who he was. Now I follow him and go to his social media page. So this man single-handedly is what they're saying is carrying TikTok because he's launching people's businesses. Basically, if he says your food tastes good, people are going to show the fuck up. So guess what he does? He decides to give this restaurant in Las Vegas a try. Well, the owner had just opened up 4 months earlier, hadn't had no traffic, nobody was coming through. So he stopped in one day, got the pizza, tried it, got on his camera, and said, "Y'all, this shit is amazing." Do you know the man has had nonstop orders since then? Literally nonstop orders since then. Y'all check this shit out. I was like, wow, I think it's creative to be able to be that kind of food critic. Let me share it from over here because now I'm learning. Shout out to my homie who helped me figure out my whole little setup back here. Y'all got a whole, if y'all see this, it looked like a whole bam bam. Y'all check this out. Okay, did it pop up? Let me make sure it pop. All right. All right, here we go. So check this clip out.
Major this TikTok.
This is one of the best wings I've had.
Food critic reviewing some of the best buns created by owner Frank Steele. Steele opened his shop 4 months ago and says business wasn't exactly off to a good start. But on Monday night, a miracle.
I had this guy come in, didn't know who he was. And I like to ask my customers, where you're from, what do you do? And he quietly said, I'm a food critic.
Frank says he didn't think much of it until a few hours later when business got busy.
Our phone never stopped ringing. I sold more lemon pepper wings in the last 2 days than I have in the last. I made more garlic yesterday than I've ever made.
Lee's review on TikTok captured the attention of people all over the world.
Boy.
And the power of social media. One person writing in, I hope Frank gets all the business he deserves. Another saying, I don't know why this made me emotional. I want to meet and support Frank now. And this comment reads, wish I was in Vegas. Frank, your food looks fire.
I have people coming in from Iowa, California. I had a family come up from Lake Havasu. I had people come down from Utah.
The video has now been viewed more than 18 million times and liked by more than 4 million people. For Frank, all of it is still in.
Could you have ever anticipated Monday morning what you were going to go into the next day and what these last 72 hours have been like?
It's been overwhelming. It's been for 30 years.
Reporting in Las Vegas, Alyssa Bethencourt, ABC 13.
Since the frankincense news, and since it got on the news, I literally been trying to call and just tell Frank thank you and I appreciate him. I haven't been able to get to him through the phone. I see why. I just pulled up. I see why. The door is all the way up here. The line goes all the way back.
I didn't see that, y'all. I didn't see it. I didn't have no sound. I just noticed we didn't have no sound. What I was saying was, this is such a remarkable moment. So the man, the guy, Keith A. Lee, who we don't know, everybody to go on their Instagram and follow this man. Follow him at Keith_Lee 125. Here we go with the signal. 125. I'm sorry, you all. And he has an array of foods. I'm telling you, I went to his page just to see if there was anything that I'd be interested in. He has stuff that I didn't even know that they carried in restaurants, and he's giving reviews on it. Check him out. Go follow him today. And I'm more inclined to take my advice from someone who looks like this than anyone. He looks like me. He gives, and he's like a regular degular, and he has a family. He supports his wife, his babies. You see them all throughout his Instagram page. So I love that for him. And what I was saying was, it didn't just stop there. So he wanted to go reach out to the owner of the restaurant, like, hey, we did this. That's why I did the whole, hey, we did this. But unfortunately, he couldn't get through on the phone lines because it was so busy. And so he drove up to Vegas and to go check out this man's restaurant. And this is what we saw. So this is the clip I was going to play. I want you all to see when they first meet in real life. It's so beautiful. This warm spirit moment. I hope y'all enjoy that, man. I really do. I hope you touch your spirit by this kind of stuff. And make sure you hit that like button and put what you think the common thread between these both two stories are in that chat.
Since the frankincense news, and since it got on the news, I literally been trying to call and just tell Frank thank you, and I appreciate him. I haven't been able to get to him through the phone. I see why. I just pulled up. I see why. The door is all the way up here. The line goes all the way back there.
I'm not doing slice. I'm not doing Uber Eats because you guys are more important. I think.
Frank! Bro, what? I just wanted to come say hi. That's all, literally all I came for. This is crazy. Come on out here. Let's take some pictures. Wow.
Hey guys, how many saw this man on TikTok?
Damn.
I know that's right. How many men saw that man on TikTok? That's amazing. Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Frank of Frankenstein's Pizza. Baby, if you go to Vegas, this has been Black endorsed. This is what we call the Black endorsement, honey. This is what happens when you get a Black endorsement on your product, on your stuff. This is why we show up. Not only do we show up, all of us show up. We all showing up. Shout out to him. I like that shit. That's the kind of influence, and that's homegrown influence. That wasn't him having to go be persuaded by somebody or get endorsed by somebody to do that. He did that shit on his own, and people took his word of mouth. There's value in that. So shout out to him. I hope y'all follow him. It absolutely makes me want to go to Vegas and to the pizza shop. Okay, I follow him on TikTok. I just started following him on TikTok too. I'm into that. Okay, what up, Voodoo? What up, Voodoo? Both Voodoos. What up? When you were talking, here we go. Yeah, I know. Damn you, Rock Nation, but Rock Nation. No sound, perfect strangers. People from. Let me make sure ain't nobody else capture this. People from one race helping someone else from another. Black and white folks coming together. Okay, all right, we got the thread. Let me see if anybody else had that before you. Now I want some. Okay, that pizza look good. Good to know there's good people in the world, and to see race doesn't matter. And that's really what this was about for me. Even though I touch on a lot of racist stories, a lot of different things, it warms my heart at the end of the day to know that we got a white man who cares enough to send a Black autistic child a $15,000 piano. It warms my heart to know that we got a Black man on his own strength change a white man's life. Literally, did you see those lines? People die for shit like that to get people in it. The man said he made them wing lemon. I want some lemon pepper wings, by the way. Lemon pepper wings in his life. So for me, I always want us to know that race don't matter when it comes to resolving situations and conflict resolution and looking to solving situations. Race matters when it becomes a problem. And so don't be blindsided by these stories I present that, it may be from one angle or I might be, no, it's never that. It's just, that's the problem. We're going to talk about the problem. But when I see stuff like this, I want y'all to know for a fact that shit right there warms my heart. And they definitely both brought tears to me. I was like, oh my God, especially the autistic boy. I went to go see the viral. I went to go see him, more of him. And it's just like, people don't think to do that kind of stuff for that population of people. A lot of times it's often looked over, And then the pizza, it was awesome. So shout out to both champions in both of those stories. Shout out to you. Kudos to them. And shout out to y'all for rocking with me. That's for y'all. Shout out to y'all for rocking with me. And VMW, can you please love to see a Black man changing lives? Come on now. Can you drop your Cash App, VMW, please? That would do my heart some justice. Is that Stiggs, girl? Hey, girl. Hey. Okay, now I want some. I definitely am going to have some lemon pepper wings today. I haven't had none of those in a long time. But I do. I hope they paying the brother a good coin. Now, that was another question. I had it. That's why I was watching this interaction when we walked in the shop. I said, you better walk in there like you have on that shit. Like, is who in the back? What's going on back here? Okay. Oh, pay it forward is the message. Okay, I agree. Pay it forward. It always does justice to pay it forward too. And it don't have to be when somebody's down and out. But when your spirit moves you to just pay it forward or just be a blessing to someone, let it move you. Let that shit move you. Because you don't know how big your karma gonna come when it comes back full fold. So just let that shit move you. And that's another good message too, Zap. All right, Zap. Don't be playing whose man is this. Okay. Hey, Rodney, good morning. Good morning. We definitely hook up this evening. I get off at 1:30 p.m. When I get home, I will email this week. It was too hot. Okay. LOL. All right, y'all. Let's switch over into local news. Now, we got some stories. We got some things to talk about. So, first up on our agenda is, now I have to set the scene for this because most news outlets haven't really covered this story yet. So, and we're gonna talk about this because I want to know one good question. This is the first question I'm gonna ask y'all. If you were out, let's say at a bowling alley, and you saw a man strike a woman with a bowling ball, what would you do? What would you do? If you saw a man in a lane next to you haul off and take his bowling ball and hit a woman in the face with it, what would you do? Would you call the police? Would you record? Would you tell her to get on? Would you jump on him? What would you do? Would you not get involved? Like, oh, that's too much for me. I ain't getting involved. I need at least a couple answers before we remove this story. What would you do, crew? I want to know. I want an honest take. What would you do if you saw this type of incident occur in the lane next to you? A man swinging a bowling ball on a woman. What would you do? I need to know. Somebody tell me. Okay, we got Zap. Shout out to Zap. Zap say, I would help her for sure. Cynthia Lewis, I'm calling 911. I'm calling the police and recording it. Okay, all right, okay, all right. And I'm telling you now, I'm calling the police. I'm going to get the owner. You need to shut the bowling ball. I'm doing that, but I'm not going towards the attacker. That's a deadly ass weapon. My first reaction would be to call the police. Oh, y'all like y'all got some sense. It sounds like there's some sense here. Well, unfortunately, we have a situation where this did occur. This did occur in a bowling alley. Now, the reason I asked you the question is I wanted to get your reactions first. I wanted to see what your immediate response would be if it was a man swinging a bowling ball on a woman. Well, in this case, it was a woman who hauled off and knocked this man out with a bowling ball. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand why everybody stood around and just recorded and said, that's what he get. You just gonna lay there? And I said, is this because a man got knocked the fuck out? Because if that was a woman, everybody would be off their shits. Bitch, what? I don't like it either way, woman or man, but I definitely didn't like the fact that this man got knocked the fuck out. We're gonna watch the clip, and that's what I told y'all. If you get triggered, give me like 5 more minutes on this story, and then we'll come back. But you're gonna see this clip, and I want you to tell me now what you would do in this situation. We already know we would call 911. Make sure I get money because I don't play them games, not on my watch. He is crazy. So I'm getting away from him and calling the cops. My first response is to help the woman. I don't have sense. Please tell me someone called the police. Girl, let's get into this. Let me pull this one up for the crew. Shout out to the crew, and I hope y'all hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. So here you go. And if you get triggered, please, I'm sorry.
Oh shit! God damn! That nigga sleep. Hit that strike. Roll it. Roll a strike. That nigga sleep. It's over. Oh!
And she proceeds to roll the ball down the aisle and get a strike. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And the man recording it is just as bad as Khalil in that motherfucking in Nazir in the situation with Shanquella. All right, this man could have lost his life. Thank God he did not lose his life. But that man was taken out, and I guess it was they were having a disagreement, an argument all night. It was a date night, and they had a back and forth. And I guess he walked up to her face while she was on the bowling to go down, and she took back and went and knocked him the hell out. Now that's some shit I be telling y'all. You know, bitch, man, bowling, I'm gonna knock your ass out with a bowling ball. But damn, G, I be like talking about the moment. I don't really be like saying, damn, it's really shit really happened to him. So I was like, wow, is it because he's a man and that's a woman? It's okay. Hell no. It ain't never okay. That shit ain't never okay. Now all of a sudden, now this man gonna probably have a concussion for the rest of his life. Did y'all see how the blood that was coming down? Crazy. Was he drunk? I think they both was drunk. Yeah, I wouldn't get involved in that. Okay. She continues to throw the ball. Baby, did she hit him with the ball? It knocked his ass out. Yeah, she going to jail for sure. In general, people look at women hitting men as domestic violence. In most cases, what goes through people's mind is, what did he do? Absolutely. That is so true. That was the first thing people said. Damn, you gonna go down like that? Are you kidding me? I'm about to die. What you mean go down like that? I'm damn near about to lose my life. What are you talking about? It's still not okay. I didn't see it. Did she hit him with the ball? So I'm gonna roll this footage back one more time for you all. Now, I'm gonna pause it so it don't static. I hate that it happens like that, but she literally goes back with the ball, and we don't see her let it go because she's holding it, and she knocks him in the face with it and brings it back, and then rolls the ball down the lane. So check this in, y'all. Crazy.
Oh shit! God damn! That nigga sleep. Hit that strike. Roll it. Roll the strike. That nigga sleep. It's over.
Sickening. Are you kidding me? Ain't no argument. See, and if it was the flip, this would be news. I couldn't find a news article for this. If this was the flip, this would be news. Woman is attacked by man with the ball laid out. I would be out here like, oh my God. No, this is black culture. The fuck is that shit? What was that? What are we doing? So let's get into what the world is thinking at the same time as what we're thinking. So there was many people going back and forth about this situation. First comment that I saw that was alarming was, she needs to be in jail for attempted deletion. This is disturbing. And I agree. I absolutely agree. She does need to be in jail. Second comment I saw was, domestic violence being celebrated because it's a woman that's doing the domestic violence, shaking my fucking head. And oftentimes that is the case. That's the case. It's like we often look at situations as double-sided, like only a woman can do this and not a man. But when a man does it, then it becomes, oh my God, we need to look at that as a crime. It needs to all, because if you do one, you need to correct both. It corrects behavior. You can't correct one side of behavior and let the other one just roam freely. You got to correct it all. And for me, if she don't get corrective behavior, it reeks as if she thinks she can go out in the world and just start hitting bitches with balls. She gonna run up on the wrong person and lose her lip. And we're gonna see a person who actually lost his lip in street justice when we get to our street justice section of the show. Shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for coming through, and I hope y'all have hit that like button. Please have hit that like button. So the next part of that comment was, why you taking out these masculine ass females on dates? Well, what the fuck that means? So now we should come with the expectation that females shouldn't be able to defend themselves. That's wrong too. I do think women should be able to defend themselves, but not to the point where you're knocking a motherfucker out with a bowling ball on a date. Girl, I mean, and you can tell it wasn't to the point where it had got physical prior to, because there was clearly nobody moving, nothing going on. So then we just see this portion of her knocking him out. it leads me to believe that she just hauled off and just wanted to go after the motherfucker. Like, what? What y'all saying? She's wrong, but I do wonder how common it is for them to fight. Well, apparently, because this came from Twitter under Daily Loud, Rolling Loud or Daily Loud. And then the thread kept going. So, of course, people writing what they know about this event. This apparently was a date, and they were having an argument on their date. So I don't know if they was having it before this led up to this. I don't know how severe it was, if he was yelling at her, and or if she was already telling him, like, nigga, I knock your ass out. If she was throwing signs like, boy, I'll take your life. So I don't know to the extent of that, but either or would have gave me signs to back the fuck up. You tell him you're gonna take my life in a bowling ball, it's over with. Or if he yelling at you in public like that, that's a clear sign. Get the fuck out. I'm done. Clear doing it. I wouldn't record the light. Who raised these? She stepped over him. You have a point. Exactly. Yes. Good morning, T. Trisha One. Shout out to T. Trisha One. Thank you for coming through, boo. I saw that lip removal. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that. I have to admit, my first thoughts were, what did he do? But I wondered I wondered that because of the onlookers' response. Why were they not alarmed? That man could have died nonetheless. Not good. It was just time for her to leave before it got to that place. It clearly was. And another thing we're missing too is, if you get to a point where you're doing that, there's no respect for the other person. You don't love them. You don't respect for them. This was not no, I like you, turn this into something. Because my initial reaction for somebody I like or love is to, yo, get out my fucking face. Damn, I'm done. Like, I'm not about to keep going back and forth with you. It's not to, I only do that when I know that I don't really give a fuck about you, so I need to fuck you up. So it's like they already didn't have respect for each other. And if you get to the point where you realize you don't have respect for a person enough to pick up a bowling ball and want to hit him with it, what should we do? Should we bounce? Should we be out? Because this ain't hitting it. This is not cute. And I don't know if she think now you go out in public like, you know, I'm that bitch. You know, you fuck with me, you get a bowling ball. But yeah, what kind of reputation does that have? Bitch, I wouldn't want you around me at all. Period. You're the danger to society. I hope you get locked up. I tried to search for a name, bowling alley hit, and all that good stuff. Nothing could come up. Here we go with them. Starting early. Y'all starting early. They starting early. So that man, it was just time for her to leave. Good morning, Janae. Good morning. Good morning. My notifications are whack. I hate showing up late. And be on time. That's the crazy part. And be on time. Shout out to y'all for being here. I appreciate it. And make sure y'all hit that like button. Now, we're going to switch up. We're going to move on to our next topic here. That story was a little doozy. Let's move on to this next story. So this story is coming to us out of Florida. Baby, you know when the stories come out of Florida, it's always crazy as hell. So this woman, this is what you call mental health. I don't care what it is. You got to have a fucking screw loose. So this woman calls herself having a bad fucking day. And we had a story where we were talking about the man had a bad day. He jumped in the Uber and off the woman. Well, we got another story where about a motherfucker in Florida who had a bad day. So she had a bad day. She was having a horrible day. So she decides that I got to beat a bitch ass. I don't know who. I don't know where. But I got to beat a couple bitches ass. Can you imagine? No, here's the human part of this. Can you imagine literally walking out of your Bally's, walking out of getting your nails done, leaving the gym, leaving a grocery store, and somebody pulls up to your car as you're getting into your car and beat the fuck out of you? Just beat your ass for no reason. You didn't see it coming. Just beat your ass. Baby, what is wrong? First of all, Florida, is it the heat? I notice sometimes when that heat be spiking, motherfuckers be out here doing shit. So, lady, arrested in Martin County, charged with 2 violent random attacks. So it first starts, she having this bad day. She pull up in her truck. She see this woman, white woman. Cause I think this was strategic. I'm just gonna say this because this was very much so. She knew what she was doing. So she pulls up. This white woman just loaded her little groceries, minding her business. Girl, this woman jumped out her car, just went to womp, 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 womp. Knocked this woman out. Surveillance footage got it. We're going to watch the clip. And then after that, she ain't done. I still need to beat a bitch ass. I still got it. She drives over to the location across the street from her. I think it was like a Walgreens or something, Rite Aid, and beats up an old lady. Cut the old lady all across her eye. The woman fell to the crowd floor and just out, falling out. I said, what? What are we doing? Why do we get to the point where we let our anger bubble up till we don't have no other choice but to be a demon? That should never be I think the most graciousness about a person is how well you handle yourself under anger, under pressure. When like all your back is up against the wall, or it's how you handle that. Because remember, diamonds cook under pressure. It's how you handle that and structure it and rephrase it, which makes you a better person. She could have easily took her ass and ran around the lake. You know, you losing weight and you working out at the same time. She could have easily got on the phone and talked somebody ear out. I was doing that the other night. Talk somebody ear out. Get it out. But to go beat up two white, older women, you need to go to jail, bitch. You need your ass beat. I don't condone it to nobody. Fuck all that bullshit. So this is the woman. I'm gonna play this clip for y'all. Before I do that, I want to make sure y'all know to hit the like. All right, do I got y'all back? Are y'all back? Do y'all hear me? Can y'all? Okay, we good. We good to go. All right, I want to always make sure that the screen is ready for you all moving forward. I don't want y'all watching during staticky. All right, so this is the video of her and her randomness. Check this shit out. Crazy. Wayne.
Camera in Jensen Beach. And both provoked WPTV's Kelsey spoke to the woman and
but right here in the parking lot of the Best Buy in Jensen Beach. Second, just a clean saw the whole thing.
This St. Louis woman, speechless. Her name is Pam. She's watching this surveillance video from outside the Jensen Beach Best Buy December 29th. In it, you see this white SUV come to a stop in the middle of the store's parking lot. The female driver gets out, walks up to someone, and starts beating her.
I don't understand. Why? Why?
Just about an hour later, and just across the street, Martin County Sheriff William Snyder says that same SUV of Total Wine attacked an elderly woman. Pam seeing the whole thing.
The poor woman, when I got there, she was just all bloody. She was bleeding and holding her head.
Sheriff Snyder says the attacker is 33-year-old Colleen Gabriel. Deputies tracked her down and arrested her this week.
And she gave a partial confession.
What she didn't give, the reason why.
She did use the word. She was in some situation in life. Now, why she takes it out on these two innocent victims, one of whom was elderly, is just completely inexplicable.
Both victims have no connection to each other nor to their alleged attacker.
It just seemed like it was an isolated, hateful, and attack on a victim.
Pam, thankful Gabriel is facing charges.
I was thrilled.
And thankful she was there to help.
Like I was meant to be there to help this lady.
Thankful, but
I don't know why somebody.
Gabriel did post her 25,000 sheriff and isn't happy she's back out on the streets. Reporting in Martin County,
Now, let me get this right. You mean to tell me this woman can have a random attack on multiple people, two people in the community at random, and she's allowed, the bond is so low enough that she's allowed to post bond so that she could be back out here in the public with people. What kind of shit is this? Any other person should have been locked the fuck up. I don't know if I don't know, and we're gonna find out later on in the Sinzae story. We'll find out more about, when I give you the update on that. We'll talk about more about how these people have been able to get away with doing this dumb shit and getting around these laws. So that's what got me. Now she's back out in public. I tell you one thing, bitch. You roll up on the right person, you subject to get your ass scathed. Like skint round this bitch. Okay, I'm pulling out. Let me tell y'all something else that I bought off Amazon. I ain't gonna tell y'all what its name, but you find it yourself. I found something that you can light the tip of your, you can warm the tip of your blade. So it's a knife that attaches to the gun, the lighter, cigarette lighter in your car, and what it does is it heats the tip of your blade up. So when it touches skin, it burns the fuck out of skin. You think I won't skin your ass? Girl, I will have that shit sitting there on red. Let me shut up. I be having plot. Lose my plausible deniability around this bitch. Like, what? Hell fucking yeah. You'll fuck around and get your ass hurt doing some shit like this. Seriously. And I was talking to my auntie about it because I was just telling her. And shout out to my auntie. It's her birthday today. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm supposed to be oh my God. Let me hold up. Business. What am I doing? 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 I forgot. Hey, good morning. I know you're probably asleep. I just wanted to call and say happy birthday. And I sent you a little something, so you should either get it today or tomorrow. But yeah. So I'll call you a little bit later. Okay. Okay. Have a good day. You too. Thank you. Bye. Oh, happy birthday, TT. My TT birthday. Okay. I said, she got gifts coming on the hour. What? When? I bought her a Fitbit. I said, why did I buy her a fucking Fitbit with no screen that requires you to have an app? So then I had to send that shit back and get the one that just had the screen on it, and you can optionally use the app because she's not going to use the app. She's going to only use the Fitbit on her hand. So because I want her to count her steps and see stuff and be more active and shit like that. I really wanted to send it to my phone, but I ain't gonna be too much of a nurse, not yet. But I just wanted to. So shout out to my TT, and I'm sorry for derailing the show and the story. But back at hand, yeah, you fuck around and get skinned, and you got this woman out here in public running around like that. Are you kidding me? You crazy wench. And what about the kids? If she felt like that, who's to say she's going to grab somebody's child and wrangle their ass up? Y'all better be careful around here. And shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. And Voodoo, you better cut it. Because I saw you about some. Did she watch Roots or Dropping Miss Daisy? Because I be having similar feelings. You be feeling triggered? I can't. I'm going to put Driving Miss Daisy on my movie list to watch. Y'all try to get triggered. That's where street justice steps in. Baby, we going to get into some street justice. And I'm going to need to know y'all real truth on the street justice stories when we talk about them. Because sometimes street justice can be the wrong option. Is that Pretty Chocolate Girl? Good morning, boo. Hey, good morning to you. It's good to see you. You better send some. You know I did. She don't like flowers because they remind her of funerals because a lot of her siblings passed away and stuff. So she don't. So I sent her like edible flowers, like the edible arrangements, the fruit flowers that she could actually eat and stuff. She don't like chocolate, so I just did one of those. So it's gonna be two. It's gonna be one coming in the morning, and it's gonna become one coming at dinner time for her. She got her Fitbit. I sent her a couple cards, and then I was trying to do like this maze hunt. So I was gonna give her a gift card to go to a certain store to buy a certain item that required her to go to another store with a gift card to buy another certain item. But I said I'd rather say that for Mother's Day because it was too intense and it was getting costly what I was trying to do. So, but happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it, Six Girl. You know, my TT be holding me down. Good morning, Brick Girl. Hey, boo. Shout out to the crew. I appreciate y'all being here. Happy birthday, Auntie. Aw. J-Boss Roman, why up so early? Listen, I get up at like 4 a.m. It's a part of my routine ever since college. I ain't never shake it. Even when I ain't gotta get up, I be up. Just like can I do something? That's why everything stay clean. Because if I ain't got nothing to do, I'm cleaning. Thank you, chocolate girl. Happy birthday, TZ. Okay, that's why you get the connection. Okay, you get the connection. I see certain things and certain people and be like, happy born day. Thank y'all. Oh, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Blessed birthday to your aunt. Yes. My job gifted their employees one. I like mine. I did too, and she loves them. And so, like, I started 1 year, and ever since then, she just looks forward to them, the edibles. So I always say, eat that one, and then you got another one coming. And she likes that whole idea of like, oh, I got something coming. That's why she's like, oh. And so it's like, I try to make sure she feels loved and stuff, because a lot of the family be forgetting about my auntie. Nadine Frederick, good morning. And thank you. Thank you. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate the love. All right, y'all. Let me get back into the show. So that was that. So now let's get into this next little crazy thing. So we have a 6-year-old, okay? A 6-year-old who shoots his teacher. So let's get into this story and really break this down. So this 6-year-old is in custody after shooting teacher in Virginia police chief says. And so apparently this little 6-year-old fucking boy who's in the first grade was having a back and forth, kept having a back and forth with his teacher. This wasn't a one time thing. This was a everyday kind of thing. He has a little back and forth with her. She may instruct him to do something, which we know kids don't like to do what they're told to do, but she may instruct him to do something, and I ain't gotta, that little back and forth stuff. And so on the day in question, okay, they got into it again. And so he pulls out a gun and shoots the teacher. She's trying to stop him because she thinking it's fake. Like, okay, wait, I know you ain't. And he shoots the teacher. Shoots the fucking teacher. A 6-year-old. A 6-year-old. And the saddest part about this, you all, there'll be little to minimal justice paid in this whole entire thing. Even the parents can get out scot-free on this situation. And we'll talk about it. I'm gonna break it down. So we have her name is Abby Zorner. She's 30 years old. She sustained life-threatening injuries, okay? And she's since been released from the hospital. She's now moved from life-threatening to critical. And so she's still in the hospital. I said, this woman gonna be traumatized. She's gonna be traumatized. They have not released who the student is, the origin of the student, the color, the age, any of that information. Of course, it's a 6-year-old. So all information has been kept really, really close. The most we know is that it's intentional. The child is in custody, in that the most they could do is the child couldn't be tried as an adult, would go to a juvenile detention center. But because of this situation, the likelihood of that is 0. And then if the parents of if the woman decides to press charges on the parents, the only thing the parents could face is a misdemeanor. And that misdemeanor would be for negligence, meaning you were negligent in locking up a gun, or you were negligent in allowing access to the gun, or that you aided and you were an accessory to a criminal a crime by a minor. Unfortunately, that will only work if the criminal act was done on someone under 14. This lady's a whole 30-year-old woman. So all bets are off. And this happened in Newport, Virginia. Motherfuckers are looking at these gun laws now like, oh, hold up, Betty. I'm like, oh, hold up, Betty now. It took, and no shade, no tea, but it took Abby. It took little Abby. Sorry, Abby, but this is what happens to us all the time. We have to have one of us to be a poster child for why you need to make gun laws restrictor, why you need to have more protection in schools. Sorry, I do apologize. But Abby, absolutely, that's what needs to happen. And so they're saying it's not accidental. Drew said the female teacher was shot inside a classroom and added that this was not an accidental shooting. The police chief said there was an altercation between the teacher and the student who had the firearm, and that a single round was fired. No other students were involved, he added. Now, can you imagine all the parents running up to the school once they heard this? They're going to get their child. What's going on? To find out that a motherfucking 6-year-old child brought a gun up to the school. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. And I see why they're not releasing the child's name, because you're going to reasonably deduct who the fuck the parents are. And, you know, we going to trash the fuck out of the parents. I don't care what you mean. Your child should, what kind of lock box do you got that you couldn't have? I mean, 1 ounce of a notification, it's gone, it's missing. And here's another thing. How does a child know that if I'm 6 years old, I have a problem with another adult? Why doesn't a child know that I have to go get my adult on my behalf? Who has raised their children that at 6 years old, if an adult tries you, try them? You looking at a child, you see what happens when you do that, right? This is what happens. You lead them down a path of destruction. No wonder we got kids in school doing dumb shit and fuck shit. So we're here. And another thing, what child in there at 6 years old is literally has the thought and capacity to get the gun, pack it in their backpack, go to school, no one gets there, not pulling it out to show anyone, not playing with it, intentionally know that if this bitch tries it with me, I'm going to shoot her. I'm sorry, not to call her, but I'm going to off her. That to me, I have to say it's parental. Where else they get it from? You say video games, who bought them? You say TV, bitch, who got the TV? Why the cable ain't off? You should know your child more than that, well enough more than that. So let me play this for y'all. And you know, I can't wait for this child to be identified. I'm just trying to pray like to God. It's something different. That's all I'm asking for. This situation to be something different. Because Lord knows I'm sick and tired. I'd be sick and tired of our kids doing stupid, dumb shit. How the fuck you get a gun at 6 years old to bring to school? I wonder if you had enough wherewithal to bring, if you could bring a book to school. Are you bringing cupcakes for the teacher? A gun? I'm gonna let it load a little bit, y'all, so it don't stutter like that anymore. All right, let's rock and roll. Shout out to the crew. I appreciate y'all. And if it's static, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm gonna be on their ass again today.
The teacher that was shot at Rich Neck Elementary by a first grader is now in stable condition. However, there are still the next 6-year-old that pulled the trigger.
Parent kid Neck Elementary in news Friday after a first grader shot a teacher with a handgun there during the school day. Police say the teacher is showing positive signs after sustaining life-threatening injuries. That first grader, a 6-year-old boy said to have shot her intentionally, is now in custody.
It's really shocking. You just don't see this happen in the legal system. You've got someone so young intentionally using a firearm against another person.
CBS 6 legal analyst Todd Stone says what happens next for the child is unknown. Per Virginia law, he cannot be tried as an adult, and he'd be too young to go into a detention center if found guilty in court. And finding guilt in a 6-year-old is a heavy burden for prosecutors to bear.
When you're talking about a 6-year-old, you've got a very, very undeveloped mind, and it's a difficult thing for the criminal system to give any sort of accountability to a 6-year-old mind.
Police have not shared where the gun came from or how the 6-year-old got a hold of it. The child could be removed from the home by social services, and the caretakers could be held legally responsible, but the worst criminal charge they could is a misdemeanor.
The parent could be charged with a misdemeanor, which would be a maximum of 12 months in jail, and realistically, it's very fact dependent.
Stone says still, Virginia's laws that could hold them accountable and not the 6-year-old may be hard to apply.
It requires that you negligently allow access to a firearm and the child hurts someone under the age of 14. So that specific statute probably wouldn't even apply in this situation. So you would have to rely on a more statute or neglect of a minor which sometimes can be more difficult to prove.
Now, our CBS 6 legal analyst says the General Assembly could do something to tighten up Virginia law to prevent something like this from happening, but we'll have to wait for some months. I'm Elizabeth Holmes for CBS 6 News.
So they done shut the school down Monday and Tuesday. They closed the school down, and the protesters showed up around school because they're saying that they want a number of things to happen. So here are the number of things that they want to happen. One, they want metal detectors 24/7. Now, how hard is that? Why did that go away? We used to have you used to have to walk literally through a metal detector, walk through it, put your shit on a tray. Literally, I was in middle school at this point in Rochester, going through metal detectors. I don't know where that would shit didn't get safer. What it's what the fuck? And gun laws didn't get lighter or tighter. They got laxed. So why did that go away? And secondly, our sentries or hall monitors used to walk around with wands, wand your ass down. So I'm not understanding where everything changed. Secondly, they're asking for, here we go with this shit again, clear backpacks so that they can visibly see everything that's going into your backpacks. And I said, we said this on the last show when we talked about these clear backpacks becoming legislation. That sounds great and all handy dandy, but you don't understand. The gun industry and all of these industries make things adaptable so that kids will buy them. They'll then find newer ways to hide a weapon in a backpack. You don't think they're gonna find a pencil bag, a hair bag, a book, and cut it out? It goes back to searching. You gotta search. I don't care how bad it feels. I love to know that a school is 100% safe, but I don't know about their parents. And because I don't know about motherfuckers' parents, I don't know too much about your child. I'm never gonna be that safe to let my child go to somebody's school. You got me crazy. I'm your new virtual auntie. Aw, you're a wonderful nephew. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's my TT. They said the 6-year-old did it on purpose. How do you have that kind of wherewithal? I'm gonna shoot my teacher. What? If that behavior ain't corrected now, you're in for a whole whirlwind, young man. I'm telling you now. Where did he get the all roads believe this dude? Somebody at his house had the gun out, but his family had probably been telling him or talking about their use of guns. If you do this, or if something happened, I'm gonna shoot this person or shoot that. And I think that connection grew in this young child's mind to take the gun. Somebody doing something to me. My parents said it, and here he go, dummy. Yeah, you get called dummy. What kind of edibles you send to auntie? Oh no, my auntie, she would kick my ass. First of all, she'd be in the emergency room. She would call 911 on her own self. I'm going. I don't know what's going. I ate something you sent me. My auntie would be at the 911, University of Rochester. Oh my days. Good morning, Kingston. Hey, boo. Unbelievable. Your hat is cute. Funny. I'm over here cracking up. It's warm as a bitch. And if y'all only knew, like, I ain't never shamed that my hair ain't on spot. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't never, but if only y'all knew this shit is just like laid flat. Like, I just ain't feel like doing shit. I said, let me just run outside with my dog. And I said, I'm gonna keep this shit on, So, it's one of them mornings. Wow. Patient with a 6-year-old. Where he get the gun from? Trust no one. Who don't check the baby book bag? Baby, moving forward, we checking everybody fucking book bag. We check janitors can't even walk in there without a fucking book bag. I want to know everything that come in here. They probably gave it to him. All bets. I'm telling you now. Don't know 6-year-old. You gotta think about it. And I had to think about my little cousins, and they motherfuckers to chop your ass up. They're too afraid of what a gun could do or the consequences of it to know that that's the next resort. They rather tell an adult because they're afraid of it. So a 6-year-old not being that sensitive to a gun or being afraid of a gun, that bothers me. That speaks to what he sees in the household. Do y'all keep guns laid on the table like it's safe? What the fuck? He might off himself. They lucky he didn't shoot himself. The gun running around, no 6-year-old. He was coach. Pretty much sometimes school. That's crazy. I would be surprised the parent isn't behind it. I wouldn't be. Kids used to bring apples. Yes, they upgraded from apples. The only thing the 6-year-olds I know trying to sneak in book bags are toys and snacks. Okay, are you more gangster than a 6-year-old? Right. What the fuck? Depends on the population and neighborhood. That's the crazy part, T. Trisha one. That's why I said it's going to be very interesting for us to know who this young man is. Like, it's going to speak volumes. And if either or, there's a lesson. But if it's on my side of the fence, it's a deeper lesson because that lesson is straight to your fucking parents. I hope y'all ain't got no other kids seeing this kind of tragic shit. Are you kidding me? Foul. We had metal detectors in the 80s and we had resource officers at doors. Okay. Parents complained about the metal detectors that it felt like a prison, and some said the detectors are too expensive. And that's the thing. They started pulling money back, pulling dollars back. And then after COVID, when schools were shut down, those resources that used to be allocated, most schools had to reapply for them because what you don't know is that during COVID, many folks' 5-year grants ended. That was 2020 going to 2022. And I had to come part of this in my job. So their funding was time to be renewed. Well, they had to relax on a lot of stuff. A lot of districts had to pull operational budgets for out their ass. So there's, I know that, but I rather put safety and security just in line with educational quality and priorities. I would absolutely. All that other funky stuff, decorating a school, even school, making sure the school is clean. You need to do that and make that grow. Like year 1, we're gonna do this much. Year 2, grow that out. But for safety and security, I need you to jump out the motherfucking window with everything, bitch. Ain't no grow out. We need to grow out from grown wing. We need to have everything. I'm serious, and I'm being dead ass serious because it's gonna get worse. This is 6-fucking-year-old. What, we gonna see a 3-year-old in pre-K rolling around with a butter knife in her diaper? What the fuck? What is going on? Shit is disgusting. It sure does, Roman. What has this child seen already? I'm telling you, nutcase ass family. So that's the 6-year-old. And Abby, baby, I'm it goes to say that this incident, because of the national attention it's bringing on violence in the classroom in schools, this case has definitely served as a catalyst of why you need to bring it more attention to the school. Now, we've had many more incidents than you, but I'm glad that this came to this national occasion because I saw this and I was like, wow, an intentional. What is he? I could see if it slipped in his book bag and he didn't know it went off and it went off. Okay, I could talk about something else. But no, you intentionally pulled it out to shoot her. You lost your fucking mind. Crazy ass. So now speaking along these lines, let's get into this Sinzae Reid update. Baby, do we have updates? So protesters have gathered at Ohio State House calling for answers in the Sinzae Reid case. Now, if you don't remember, I talked about this. This is where the young man, okay, our young fella was shot and killed outside of his own house. Now, a white man, he was 32 years old, white man, got out of his car, exited his truck, and shot Sinzae directly outside of his house. No rhyme, no reason. Now, what we've learned since then is that court documents obtained by ABC News show no record that Sinzae had a weapon during the encounter. The charges have not been refiled and Butler remains free. So what we do know for a fact is that Sinzae had no weapon on him, which is you had no reasonable doubt that your life was in danger because he's claiming self-defense. He's saying he was defending himself, and so he pulled out, he shot at him. Well, this man had no gun, no weapon, nothing on him. What were you claiming for? You're a taller man, you're a much older man than this young guy. So that was the first update. The second update is, and this is the biggest thing, and this is why we're here. This is the whole reason why we're here in this situation. So Ohio went through this thing where they updated their stand your ground laws. They modified them in their last legislation. It took hell and holy water for them to get this push, but it pushed. And what it does is it virtually shifts the blame of a stand your ground from the guy who's shooting to the victim. So you can claim self-defense, and first you have to do self-defense and prove that you had to defend yourself. Well, the modifying of the law removed that. You don't have to prove yourself. All you have to do is say it was self-defense, and now it's up to prosecutors to then try this case. And that's why we're here. because he pulled that prove stand your ground shit. And so here's that next update that I was telling you about. So in Ohio, the self-defense law changed, and the legal part of that is the burden changed. Previously, if a shooter said I shot someone in self-defense, they had to prove it was self-defense. Now that the law has changed, it changes that burden and shifts it to the prosecution. And that's why we're here. And so recently, and I'm not going to show a video clip of it because I think I shared most of everything, and it's a whole 7-minute video. But the mother and father recently did an interview with a local news station, and they basically came out and said that they didn't even know this much of the law and that what was going on. Like the prosecutors hadn't told them that they were still on their side. For what they thought is that they were all trying to hide all of this shit. But now even the prosecutors are going to show up, and this is why the prosecutors are showing up at the court, the city council meeting, because they want to say, hey, this shit just happened. Y'all got this new fucking law here. We as prosecutors, now we got to do our due diligence. Do you think this man is cooperating with us? No. The victim is dead. We have no other knowledge. We don't know what else happened. And so that's where they're standing from. And it's a horrible ass thing. And this is why we have to vote. And this is why you have to go to the ballot. See, this kind of passage on a ballot in Ohio will bring Republicans out in droves. But see, if you rephrase it to, do you want to shift the burden of self-defense from the victim to the suspect? That language should drive a lot of people to the fucking ballots in the polls. We got 2 more years for this shit, Ohio. Get y'all shit together. All y'all motherfuckers need to be at city council because this could happen to anybody in Ohio. I didn't know this was the thing. You can shoot me and then claim self-defense and you don't have to prove it. Bitch, everybody should be doing that shit. That should be the common thread. What do you mean? Now, of course, sure, you must have a permit and a license for your gun, all that good stuff. But the mere fact that you can claim self-defense and we're watching this shit play out like this to me does not smell good, and it does not set people up for success at all. Let me see what y'all think about this. And shout out to the crew, and thank y'all for being here, holding me down. Thank y'all. I hope y'all hit that like button too. They showed the 10 years that shot. Why not show baby? Okay. You see, and I was digging. I had digged so much that I had started finding out information about the teacher. I'm like, I don't even know her shit now. Cause she, not putting her business out there, but she's out there. She be having fun. She likes to live her life. I was tired doing. Good morning. It's good to see you. What was the child? If you don't know that, they just said that it was a child. Or are you talking about Sinzae? Sinzae was black. Mom was black. Dad was black. And we're here. And so this is going to be a long uphaul because the prosecutors literally have to pull out a defense out their ass. They have to really pull out a complaint, and they have nothing to file charges on. He says it's defense. Well, what the fuck happened? Well, clearly he don't have to do anything by the law. He don't have to say shit. They got to prove it. By that law, he's innocent until they prove him guilty. Not nearby that we have somebody dead on the ground. What the fuck does that mean? Shit like that'll have me packing up. I'm telling you, nobody is safe. No one would be safe. Are you kidding me? No one would be safe. So that's the Sinzae update. And rest in peace, Sinzae. Rest in peace to you, young man. I wish it was a better situation. I wish that people really understood the magnitude of these laws that they be voting people in to change before the shit happens. And shout out to y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying the show this morning. Hey, fan, good morning. Hey, fan, it's good to see you. What up, fan? I hope y'all enjoying the show this morning, and I hope y'all hit that like button because I'm enjoying myself too. All right, so let's move on to our next story. So this is a crazy story. Okay, so can you imagine sitting in, IHOP, the Pancake House, Waffle House, the original Pancake House, all those different local places, and this guy walks into the door and starts robbing y'all with a gun, pulls it out, robs everybody, take your watch, your phone, all your shit. You can't say shit because it's a gun in your face. And as he gets ready to exit, somebody behind you at their table had a gun on them and decides to pull the gun out and shoot the man. And not just shoot him to kill him to death. And then goes in the man's pocket, takes all of your stuff and gives it back to you all. And then you all walk out the restaurant like, shit, that's what he get. Is that what you all would do? Is that how you all would feel? Is that okay? Because we have a situation where that exactly happened. And now they're looking for the man, the man who killed the robber. Now, granted, this shit ain't wrong and it ain't right. But I watched the video and I'm going to share the video with you all. And I said, see, I always say that. You be thinking you the tough guy on the block, but don't know there's another bitch tougher than you. They just waiting to pounce on your ass. And that's a prime example of this shit. Now, this man, he's gonna face criminal time. It's definitely criminal intent. He definitely went too far. He literally pulled out his gun and shot the man, walked up to him, shot him several times over him, just kept pop, 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 pop. You went past being, that's what people kept saying. It went a little further than you defending yourself. It went a little further than you feeling threatened. So here's the shooter. This is the older guy who was defending the restaurant. Everybody was like, you know, it was going up for him. You know, you did that. And so let me share this clip with you all of this man doing what he had to do. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all how I would feel, because honestly, shit, baby, tell you now, I'm trying to get away from both you bitches. I don't know what you pulling out a gun like this nigga firing like he about to take somebody. No.
Right in South.
I just want to make sure it loads up right for y'all.
Moments inside a Southwest Chicago Thursday, man who police was in his 20s, dressed in all black, pointing a gun and demanding money. More than a dozen trends soccer before. Heroic attempt to stop him. A customer steps in, pulling out a gun, opening effect multiple times. The alleged robber to the door collapsed. Police say he died. The shooter then retrieves the stolen cash and returns it to patrons to make a startling discovery. What used was a fake. Surveillance camera footage shows the man outside. The search for the man at table 4 is now over. Police say his attorney has reached out. Meanwhile, authorities are still asking customers with any information about the shooting to come forward.
To talk to, even if they have no plans to charge him.
The question now, will the customer's good deeds result in criminal charges? Police say after speaking with the shooter, the district attorney will decide.
Charges in this case?
It's highly unlikely you're going to see charges against this shooter. He was arguably the victim of robbery.
A bystander's intervention leading to deadly consequences. Priscilla Thompson, NBC News.
You see what happened when you're trying to be the tough guy, you walking in. Now, the man, to find out the man had a fake fucking gun is really what was the most disturbing thing about this whole story to me. I would have minded my whole fucking business sitting at the table while he's in my face with all that shit. I'd have minded my business like, all right, whatever, take what you got, because I'm thinking about my whole entire life. And then the man pulling out the gun and shooting at him, I would have been worried about him too. Fuck all that bullshit. I'd have been worried about him too. I'd have been trying to get up. Okay, it's time to go. He got a gun. I don't know if niggas coming back for this nigga. I don't know what's going on. It's time to get out of here. You really got to watch your motherfucking surroundings. And it's sad because people saying this man is going to get away with this murder. There's a life now. Your family, your whole life unjustified. I don't know how old the robber was, but your whole life now is just unjust. Anything good you've done is just done. You've been shot and killed senselessly on your own merit because people want to have a fucking pancake, or it was a taqueria restaurant. People want to have a fucking taco and some corn. Fuck. So that came to us out of Houston. Fucking Houston. Now this next story, and good morning. Hey Cheryl Brown, good morning, boom. Good morning. It's good to see you. Pass me the pow pow and let me pistol whip him because I just got this motherfucking ring. Oh, so you hit the shits. The gun was fake. Fair. He is underachiever at that. I'm sorry. It is hard for me to have sympathy for consequences you brought upon yourself. How impoverished. Y'all gotta understand. People are out here. They are impoverished. Motherfuckers are hungry. They want to eat. Is that my boo? Hey, boo. What up? What up? What up, Dr. Onsite April? What up, boo? Good morning. I was watching somebody replay and you jumped up and you was just all batting in the camera. I'm like, look at her. When you know you look good. He looked like he was waiting to use that gun. Motherfucker, and the sad part is the appearance, the man was a black guy. So part of that was, yeah, yeah. So, they want to look at him for questioning. His attorneys reached out to him. I'll stay tuned to this story. I just want to see if the man gonna get some jail time because I think if the tables were turned, if this was a different kind of situation, a different kind of suspect, and realizing it was a fake gun, I think somebody would press charges somewhere. Did you really feel like your life was a threat? Yeah, yeah. Obviously, you felt like your life was a well. When he walked out of the store, his back was away from you. His back was turned towards you. He wasn't towards you facing the gun. He was literally walking out the store after he robbed you all. You pulled out your gun and shot him from the back. People can say a lot of people. It sucks if his family don't want to pull charges, but y'all got to be careful, and I got to be careful as well. And why I gotta be the Florida annex, baby? I need to just do a whole Florida show. Okay, greetings, Wildcat Nation. Greetings. Thank you. All right, so y'all, this next story is really, really sad. So this young man here, right? So he went missing out of San Francisco on New Year's Day. Now, here's the crazy part. He had called his mom earlier in the night and was like, "Mom, I'm fucking upset. I'm really mad. I need to talk to you. I need to come see you." And she was like, "Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Stay where you at. I'm coming to see you. You know how mom is. Hey, I'm coming to you. Stay where you at." So by the time she got to where he was at, he was missing. No one to be found. Couldn't find him at all. So then they find his car running with his clothes scattered about outside his car around. And that's where I initially saw the story. And I heard the mother's plea for it, and I had been trying to pay attention to it to bring it up for local news. So by the time I could bring it to local news, we got an update. But before I give you the update, I want you to check out this mother. This is, I hate when I see our mothers like this over their children, man. I really do. And shout out to y'all. I hope y'all hit that like button too. Make sure this is queued up for y'all, right? I hate that it streams like this, man. I know these news clip be acting an ass.
New at 10, a mother in the East Bay is asking for help in finding her missing teenage son.
She said surrounding his disappearance and the police search. And
search, which includes the use of drones, ATVs, and rescue dogs. The family, it's difficult not knowing what happened to him.
Family of Damon Lazenby of Pittsburgh is desperately searching for him. They're posting flyers near the North Concord Martinez BART station in the area where the 19-year-old was morning hours New Year's Day. Mom Dita Lazenby tells from Damon, About 4 a.m. told their and wanted she was staying.
It really is tough because you're too upset to drive. He was like, "I'm here," and I can't hear everything. I said, "No, I'm coming to you." We were going back and forth. He's like, "Okay, Mom, okay," and that was it.
Lazenby says her son did not say what was upsetting him, but they agreed that Mom would drive to Pittsburgh to talk with them at their home. Lazenby tells me she soon learned that police had a disturbing discovery. Damon's green Volkswagen was found with the engine running and the lights on, with some of his clothes found on the ground nearby, along the median on Port Chicago Highway, below the Highway 4 overpass. The tire on the front driver's side was flat and something his family says is out of
my mother, my grandmother, my father, or my sister. Like, we always know where he's at any time.
Mom tells me Damon had his cell phone and wallet with him. She says police told her phone records show his last call was the one he made to her, and that investigators are checking for activity on his bank cards and surveillance videos in the area. Family members are concerned he may be the victim of foul play.
I just want you to come home, baby. I want my baby to come home. That's all I want. Just come home.
That is so sad. It is so sad to watch her like that. So we got an update on the story. They actually found this young man's body. So they found this young man's body on the side of a highway. And what's so sad is they found his body on the side of a highway that the family had just searched earlier that day and that week. They had walked that highway all up and down that highway. So they, in their mind, think somebody just threw this body out there because it had been raining out there, muddy, and the body was clean. It was no mud stains or anything like that. And so a lot of people are saying it's foul play, something is going on. And so they have to wait for an autopsy report to come so that they can figure out what was the cause of death. Now, people are saying, and it's so weird, people are saying that in that area of San Francisco, they've been known to off people for body parts and sell them on the black market for their body parts. And that was a lot of the stuff I kept seeing. And first, I'm like, body parts? People really be wanting to push body parts like that? So I mean, it sucks. This definitely is a sad story. Let me do this. Oh, here you go. So check this out.
Yeah, an East Bay family wants their 19-year-old son on a busy freeway today, a week after he was first reported missing.
The teen's father tells Dahlin that they suspect foul play.
The victim's family says a motorist spotted David Lazenby Jr.'s body and called 911. The family was already in the area searching for Damon Jr. They got to the site very quickly and identified the body.
I walked along the freeway myself, first and third.
The victim's father, David Lazenby, says
I'm sorry, that was messing up like crazy. I don't know why. It's like every time I try to play a video, that's when it happens. And so in this video, it's the father talking about how they stumbled upon his body.
And I don't think that
been bluntly obvious. The weather has been really, really bad. History would have showed that today. He didn't have any dirt on his shirt, and it's just super clear.
The body was spotted around 2 p.m. on Saturday. The family says if anything is on the side of Highway 4 between noon and 2 p.m., to police call the police.
Pain, it's pain, loss, it's just, a part of me is gone. I mean, it's my main part, so I can't even explain it. It's just,
So very sad. So I don't know. I'm gonna stay tuned because I'm very interested to know what happened. I want to see what this autopsy report tells. I want to know if there's some missing organs. If there's some missing body parts, limbs, and organs, y'all, we got a fucking problem. There's another whole issue that we have never talked about in this show ever before, and it's people taking bodies for body parts. This is a serious situation. This happened out in San Francisco, but a lot of people are saying that a lot of different responses are saying it's probably something with the cartels or something like that in this area where they found him along this highway. They're known for throwing bodies out on the highway like this, and so I'm gonna stay tuned. It's so fucking. It's definitely something something crazy. Yeah, the purge. This is the purge, baby. Dang, mama looks young, and she's so sad. Naries, I'm telling you, so sad. This is why I share my location all times with certain people. Absolutely, I could not imagine. Sounds like foul play. Absolutely. Yes, there's the market for it. That is bananas. That is bananas. Fashionista for life. Good morning. There's been a lot of black men that has been happening to in that Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's what they were saying. I cannot believe that. When I read it, I'm like, you got to be shitting me. Not no black man getting caught up in that shit. But it don't matter who it is. Crazy. Good morning, boo. Hey, thank you for coming through. Good morning, Chantel Packer. Good morning. Good morning, Risa. Hey, boo. Mahdi's. The Mahdi's. Okay, so we're gonna switch over here. That shit been going on. Crazy as hell. So I'm gonna stay tuned to that story, y'all. All right, so we finna get in our street justice topic. So I always talk to y'all about how I feel like sometimes you just gotta have some situations need street justice, requires street justice, right? And I'm always like, yeah, you need to go ahead and get a little street justice done. And so we have a situation where there's two incidences of street justice that occurred. And so the first one we have here is this family dog dragged this goddamn man who was close to the family for assaulting their daughter. Now, they beat the man up so bad that his bottom lip was removed. Do y'all hear me? Bottom lip was removed. So my question after I give you the story and show you the clip, I want to know if you think this kind of situation warrants this kind of response. Warrants this kind of response in street justice. The girl had told the family, the alleged claims. They invited the man over under just like, random. He came over. They started beating on him. He ran down the street. They chased after him. They beat him so bad. Neighbors called the police and the police came. So now the police are charging him and not necessarily the family. And I want to know what you all think. And I hate these videos, not this crap, man. I don't know why this stuff is happening to me. Damn. Fuck. All right, let's try this again. We're gonna try this video. Street justice or wrong.
Now, the Detroit Police Department is working on the warrant package to send over to the Wayne County office for one neighbor who saw the man being beat is lucky to be alive.
You got a child predator out here.
Neighbors and onlookers recorded the bloody aftermath. The man is alleged sexually.
Protect your kids, man. Protect your kids.
Absolutely true. if definitely take time to heal.
Captain Rebecca McKay of the Detroit Police Department says officers took the suspect into custody Tuesday night.
I hope you get everything that you deserve.
And although police would not confirm it, neighbors who witnessed the beating and those in the videos they suspect knows.
It hurt me so bad. It broke me down that a man would do that.
Carmen Witherspoon saw them beaten up after the alleged assault. She heard the commotion outside of her home in Northwest Detroit Tuesday night and opened her door to see the child rape suspect practically naked, surrounded by the victim's furious relatives.
They beat him over there real good. He was on the ground. He ran across the street. He was on my property. He fell. He slipped and fell. And that's when they beat him some more.
He was bloody. It was nothing but blood. It was puddle on the ground.
From what I heard, they stomped his top lip off.
His mouth appeared to be very bloody, and it was just a fight.
A founder of 7 Miles, this video. The victim's relatives reportedly confronted him. They chased him around the neighborhood and dispensed their own form of justice before calling police once they caught up with them.
I'm not mad or, through the court systems and the jail systems. I think that we need to raise awareness about this type of situation because too often they get swept up and boys.
Sexual assault is a real thing. It occurs. I would just ask that parents, teachers, advisors, administrators, friends, family, just always keep your eyes open. Listen, if you see something, say something. Obviously report any suspected abuse to the Detroit Police Department.
And the suspect.
Now, we gotta talk about this, y'all. We gotta talk about this because I want to be both politically correct, but I also want to be an advocate for street justice because I do feel like there's moments in our lives and there's things that happen that are not prioritized by law enforcement agencies, and oftentimes it leaves it up to the communities to deal with it. And so for that, I do see where street justice has a now I've had an so I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Am I back? Is my signal still going up and down? All right. It appears to be back. Sorry about that. Because you have to have a paper trail. And it sucks that and this is the reason I'm saying this, y'all. I had to ask my friend, what do they think from a legal perspective? And they said, the worst thing you want is to have done this and that now after the fact you're filing charges or filing you're doing the rape, sexual assault or rape allegations against this man, and you all didn't follow certain procedures that needed to be filed. So let's not forget, yeah, street justice is good, but it's always better for us to make sure we got our shit in a row first. And then it's easy for us to say niggas ain't doing shit. Because if you don't do that, you can fuck up a case. You can fuck some shit up. Who knows? Who knows? I want to be clear on that. But do I think he got what he deserved? I absolutely think he did. I'm glad they didn't release the age of the child. Obviously, we know that they're under the teenage age. And he was close to the family, around the family, up and under the family. Y'all be careful for these men that just be rolling around your family. Y'all better get your. Oh, we got victim SNL. Morning. The victim is his daughter and niece on another video. The mom said it also says he was on the run. What? Excuse me? The victim is his daughter in neither video. The mom said it also says he was on the run. Oh, you definitely need your ass whooped, sir. Are you fucking kidding me? The family did exactly what they were supposed to fucking do. Oh my. What? On another video. Oh, I gotta pull this one up. Let me let's see if we can get this video up, baby. What? Baby, I want to see this. Okay, so we just played this video. All right, I'm gonna look for some more footage, B-roll footage, y'all. And once I get that footage, I'm going, oh my, that makes it all even more. That makes it even more worth it. Thank you for dropping that in here, SNL. And turn on the notifications. That's right. And subscribe to the second channel. Don't front and stump me. Sometimes violence is the opposite, the appropriate option. Okay. The arc of moral justice is long. Sometimes street justice has to be done. Next case. Well, and everybody saw the movie Get Out. Okay. He got what he deserved. I can't with y'all. That was on well. Good morning, Ox City 805 Queen. Hey, boo. My best friend Body. Somebody was found in a lake near there. Oh, where about the parts? Yeah, we got to be careful. I'm gonna start looking at more area stories over there. They stumped them. They stumped the man lips off, girl. Yeah, they say you ain't gonna be. You not doing that in this family. Shout out to that family though. That's some real shit. The daughter was a friend to the fucking family. The father and the daughter, nigga, you need to be burned. They need to take your ass outside and light you on fucking fire, bitch. What's wrong with you? All right, y'all, let's get into this next story. So that was the street justice story number 1. So I think we all seemingly agreed, yes, it was appropriate. The behavior met the action. I agree. I ain't no fucking disagreeing in that. Now let's get into this next street justice. Now this is another one. So you got this 12-year-old boy who has been harassing this girl on the bus. He was flirting. I think for all intents and purposes, he was flirting with her. And nowadays, you know, boys flirting might be a little bit more than it was back then. You know, they might be more aggressive. Who knows? But she didn't like it, whatever the case may be. She went home and told her mom. Well, her mom told her, not her little sons or her little brothers. Her mom went and told his uncle and his dad and her daddy. Her uncle, the daughter's uncle and daddy. Well, what do you think they did? Street justice. So, mom reacts to video of 12-year-old son being attacked by grown men. It should have said men because it was 2 of them at the bus stop. Now, I watched this and I said, you see, I always be like, yeah, you need street justice. But this to me was a little bit much. I'm going to play it for y'all and I want y'all to be honest with me. Tell me what the fuck y'all think. Like, do you think this was appropriate? If this met it or if it didn't? And you know, we all down for some street justice over here, but sometimes it may go too far. So check this out and make sure y'all hit that like button too. Please give me some love.
Because you can't be going around messing with nobody's child like that. You go talk to the parent. You find out what a parent is.
A mom who lives in the Portland neighborhood says 2 men followed her son's bus and then attacked him. Happened about 3:30 at the bus stop at 44th and Main in the Shawnee neighborhood. Wave News reporter David Ochoa talked to the 12-year-old's mother and has her reaction.
And Linda Moore tells me she got a phone call while she was at work saying 2 grown men were chasing her son and nephew after they ran into an alley. Moore says the men were mad because her son had been messing with one of their daughters, but things seemingly got out of control, and one of the men picked up her son by his shirt and held him against a fence and then threw him on the ground. At the end of the video, it appears the man even throws a punch. Moore says she was very upset when she saw what happened.
This grown man, he's only 3'11", and you done pushed him around, choked him up, hit him, he got knots on his head, pulled a gun out on him, all type of stuff.
In the video, the man is yelling at the 12-year-old boy that he shouldn't have touched his daughter. Moore says the family came to her house to apologize to her and her son for what happened. She says she told them if her son was doing something bad, they should have came to her first and she would have dealt with it.
I let the mother know that you could have came to me And she was like, well, I didn't know he was that little. I thought he was bigger. Still, that don't give you no right to get your husband or brothers to put your hands on somebody's child. You go to the parent. You don't just do that to somebody's child. Because I can correct mine. I get on mine.
Moore tells me her son is shaken by the incident. He's not his usual self, and he's even afraid to go outside now. Now, Moore says she doesn't know how they got her address, and now she's even looking to move. She tells me police came to her house about the incident, but no arrests have been made. In the studio, David Ochoa, Wave News.
Because you can't be...
Hell no. I'ma just leave the disagreement here. Hell to the motherfucking no. No, absolutely not. This is not something that I approve, condone. I do not think it's all right at all. Because if that was my child, I expect you to come to me. That's my child. Okay? I didn't know that my child was doing this to your daughter. I didn't know. You think I'm gonna let it go? I'm gonna knock his heart. What you're doing, I would have done and felt better about it. I don't need you doing that shit. And see, this is where the other side of street justice. She should have had her motherfucking niggas go over. You pulled a gun out on my son and knotted him up. Did y'all see the way they threw the baby across to the ground? I don't want to see no shit like that ever in my life, ever. That to me is not street justice. That punk shit. Y'all some grown, you tossing around a little, oh, that make you feel tough now. Oh, I'm the nigga. I got his ass. You know, he ain't gonna fuck with my daughter. Fuck you, bitch. That don't make you tough, nigga. I hope she pressed charges on you. She's sitting there coy about it. Girl, you sitting there a little too coy for me. You know, man, your old child, nephew, cousin, niece, dog, brother. I don't give a fuck. Are you kidding me? That's some pussy. That to me is pussy. And see, I couldn't be the one recording there or sitting there riding by seeing. First, I would have thought it was his child and been over there like, yo, dude, what's going on? I would have definitely called the police on the man. So for everybody sitting around thinking that shit was cute, shame on y'all. It lets me know that our sensitivity for shit is changing. Like we can tolerate some shit. I can't tolerate it. I can sit still when it's domestic drama between grown women and grown adults. I can chill to a certain extent. But when I see grown people attacking children, something in me just be like, wait a minute now. Bitch, what you doing? What's going on over here? What the fuck? That shit is inappropriate. I felt so bad for that woman. Now he's scared to come outside. You damn right. Talking about she ready to move out of the state. You damn right. But ma'am, here's the thing. You can move somewhere else, but it don't mean you got to learn a lesson here. You got to figure out what's the answer to shit like this. You can't run away from it. You got to figure it out. Like, okay, if that means justice on that man, it means justice on that man. But until you get some resolve, it's gonna forever make you scared and fearful, and you gotta run. See, a nigga like me, I ain't running. Them bitches will have to run. Me running, and the family gonna come over to talk to you. Wouldn't damn bitch been able to come in my house and tell me a motherfucking thing? Bitch, what? I'd have been fearful for my life. You walk up to my doorstep after you knotted my child up. Come on through. Come through. Come talk to me. I don't want to fucking talk. The talking should have came earlier. The fuck you talking to me for? So I was triggered, very much so triggered. I don't think this is street justice at all. I think this is some pussy shit. Like you's a bitch. You gonna do that shit. I'm gonna play this clip one more time, y'all, so y'all can get the gravity of it. Give myself a little break here so I can drink some coffee because that shit just got me riled the fuck up. Are you mean a kid? You kidding me? Pussy ass. And I'm thinking about my little self at 12. You know, I was definitely a little ladies boy at that age. I had a girlfriend. Her name was Samantha. She was fighting over me and my little best friend at the time. His name was Alan Brothers. And we used to flirt on the bus, you know, pull her hair and run up to the front seat and she would come touch us or we would take her coat when she, you know, just little shit flirting. And to imagine when I got off the bus stop, her dad and his uncle and her uncle was there to beat me up the way that happened, I wouldn't have grown up the same way. And this lady needs to take that shit serious. That's a black man, young black man. It's a lot of trauma that can come from that. And he didn't get just beat up for like something that couldn't be solved by you talking to him. It wasn't like a crime. It wasn't like he was going to jail. Yeah, he shouldn't be harassing and talking to that girl. Yeah, we get that. Yeah, that's a lesson. That's a lesson he needs to learn. But this way,
Because you can't be going around messing with nobody's child like that. You go talk to the parent. You find out what a parent is.
A mom who lives in the Portland neighborhood says two men followed her son's bus and then attacked him. Happened about 3:30 at the bus stop at 44th and Main in the Shawnee neighborhood. Wave News reporter David Ochoa talked to the 12-year-old's mother and has her reaction.
And Linda Moore tells me she got a phone call while she was at work saying two grown men were chasing her son and nephew after they ran into an alley. Moore says the men were mad because her son had been messing with one of their daughters, but things seemingly got out of control, and one of the men picked up her son by his shirt and held him against a fence and then threw him on the ground. At the end of the video, it appears the man even throws a punch. Moore says she was very upset when she saw what happened.
This grown man, he's only 3'11", and you done pushed him around, choked him up, hit him, he got knots on his head, put a gun out on him, all type of stuff.
In the video, the man is yelling at the 12-year-old boy that he shouldn't have touched his daughter. Moore says the family came to her house to apologize to her and her son for what happened. She says she told them if her son was doing something bad, they should have came to her first and she would have dealt with it.
I let the mother know that you could have came to me. And she was like, well, I didn't know he was that little. I thought he was bigger. Still, I don't give you no right to get your husband or brothers to put your hands on somebody's child. You go to the parent. You don't just do that to somebody's child. Because I can correct mine. I get on mine.
Moore tells me her son is shaken by the incident. He's not his usual self, and he's even afraid to go outside now. Now, Moore says she doesn't know how they got her address, and now she's even looking to move. She tells me police came to her house about the incident, but no arrests have been made. In the studio, David Ochoa, Wave News.
No way. There's no way I could be her baby daddy. No way at all. No way at all. Because once I saw that and that shit went viral, we would have had a problem on our hands. Ain't no way you on news talking about something. No, ain't none of that. We ain't doing none of that. Where this shit happen at? I'm getting on the bus with my child. Next week, I'm getting off at the stop. We got to make this shit clear. You meeting your child, let's meet up, bitch. Let's do this the right way. You talk to me. I still would have to put some hands on somebody. My son got a knot on the side of his head because of you. Okay, y'all must don't know how I be acting over Eli. I be picking up Eli from Dogtopia, and the groomer's like, I call him, did y'all feed him? He in here eating up everything. Yeah. I'm just checking. This nigga, I'm just that kind of, I'm territorial. I'm a Libra. We are just, So I didn't like any of that shit. It appears y'all wasn't going, okay, we on the same page with street justice today. If your lips cause you to sin, take them bitches out. That's what they did. They took his lips right off. Nowadays, that's what we have to do. You do. Two grown men fighting on a 12-year-old, ain't it? Talk to the parents and address it. I mean, what's wrong? What is so hard about that? They need to go to jail. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I bet, of course, he learned his lesson. Zap, he is traumatized. No, not grown men. That's not cool. Go to the parents. That's too much. I agree. Yeah, they doing too much. Them grown niggas definitely need street justice. Baby, who you telling, right? Call his uncle. He'll probably be an aggressive child now. You either going to spend some time in county or you going to split some stamps with me every month for a year. Okay, how y'all want to do this? Either you going to lose some teeth or we going to just, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, something got to happen. Somebody going to do some time or somebody going to get hurt. He going to turn himself in or something. Yeah, if I was the mother, my family would have been caught, period. Ooh, it would be so militant in my upstate. First of all, let me just talk about my Rochester family. It would be so militant because everybody's a military. So it would be militant and organized. My down south family, I pretty sure it would be everybody in a family. What popping up? All unorganized. What? I can see it being that way. It ain't gonna be no just not a no 12-year-old. I would press charges. Real talk. I ain't running. Period. Right. Okay. Yes, they are definitely wrong for that. This is a child. Those men were husky too. That little boy is traumatized. Crazy. This could have turned deadly. You're a Libra. That's big air energy. Okay, you see it. My entire family would have been at that bus stop. Listen, Kings Mina, I'm at the bus stop every day like I'm going to school. Every day off. Even I might show up when it's I think it's right. You coming back by here? Let me just come by. I'm looking for the parents at this point, and then I want to see this little girl. You know I'm gonna get that little. Let me stop. Somebody report me because I can see me. Oh, that's her. All right. They need to get dealt with by some grown men. Period. Yeah, don't touch my kids. Honestly, that's how kids turn dark. Libra gang, we are definitely, you know it. Oh, you know it. It's just something about it. My man is a Libra. They definitely have big air energy. Oh man. So that was our two street justice stories that I wanted to talk about. And we both seemingly agree that the son being bullied is definitely not what's up. Now, I got to get to the final story of the day, and this is the story that's the first headliner of the show today, which is man kicks baby mom out. Now, the first question I have for you all is, how often do we hear a baby mom has kicked the man out because he came home late or he was cheating? And we're like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do. Kick his ass the fuck out. Like, if he ain't doing, if he ain't doing right around the household, kick him out. That ain't right. That's not right. Now we're here. So now we have the actual reverse where we have the baby of the kids out the house after he came home so late in the house. This is the wife. She's in the house with the kids. And he's been coming home late. And she asks him, why I'm coming late? And he puts her ass the fuck out. Now, it's been so many mixed reactions on Twitter, so many mixed reactions. And I definitely want to talk about all of these mixed reactions because I feel I'm a little indifferent about it. I feel like this is a different case. This is a different scenario. And I'll tell you why once you watch this clip. I don't think you can compare this to when a woman kicks a man out of the house. This is not the same kind of situation. So when y'all watch this clip, check it out. I hope it don't trigger you like it triggered me because some niggas can be too fucking insensitive. But check this shit out, you dusty bitch.
Give me his dang on jacket. Too long as hell for that shit. Too long. What are you doing? Give me my dang. Oh, take that shit. No, you're not doing this shit. Give me my keys. Give me my up. Give me my keys. Give me my keys. You stuff all my stuff all out. Give me my keys. That is my car. Give me my keys. Give me my keys. Give it to me now. Stop. Damn it. How you gonna do this with your damn baby? You got a problem because I'm questioning you about coming in late? You got a problem because I'm questioning your ass? I'm taking care of you. Give me my damn keys back. Get out. Man, you better give me my damn keys back. Get out. Oh, this motherfucker, I swear. Get your brother. Get your brother.
Now, y'all want to know why I don't think this is the same thing? Because she had those fucking kids around her. You asinine as a man. You don't ever do no shit like that. These kids are watching you. The one in her arm is your child. Granted, the other two are not your children. But you mean to tell me you gonna put her out like that with your kid? Use a word. Y'all a pathetic ass excuse for a man. And we're gonna get to these cons because the men were like, no, men were like, women do it every fucking day. So what's the problem? If he paying all the bills, she ain't got no right to talk. She got every motherfucking right to talk. Are you kidding me? You agree? I hate when a nigga agree. If you agree to this arrangement and it's been going through, nigga, that's what's agree. I ain't agree to you walking in here late. We need all your indiscrepancies that you want to count me for. Let's talk about that shit at the front because you gonna count mine, I'm gonna count yours too. And don't discredit a housewife or whatever it is as disrespect. Are you kidding me? So you can just do what you want to me because you paying all the bills? You gonna have to find another dumb bitch. And so we got also females who stepped in and commented to that point. Like, women, this is a moment where you need to rise up and realize. So I'm gonna play this video clip one more time. I want y'all to definitely get into this. Check this out. Oh, right
Give me his dang on jacket. Too long as hell for that shit. Too long. What is you doing? Give me my jacket. Take that shit. No, you're not doing this shit. Give me my keys. Give me my up. Give me my keys. Give me my keys. Stop throwing my stuff all out. Give me my keys. That is my car. Give me my keys. Give me my keys. Give it to me now. Stop. Damn it. How you gonna do this with your damn baby? You got a problem because I'm questioning you about coming in late? You got a problem because I'm questioning your ass?
I'm taking care of you.
Give me my damn keys back.
Get out.
Man, you better give me my damn keys back. Get out. Oh, this motherfucker, I swear. Get your brother. Get your brother.
I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. I always heard that shit happen, but I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life. People getting thrown out with their clothes and shit out like that. To do something like that to me automatically means you never had a concern or care about me in my life. Because you would think about, I have your children with me and where I'm going to go. And you're not giving me the keys to the car, where I'm going to go. And she literally is like, get your brother. Like, she had to figure it out. I hope she said, get your brother, so she can bust that mother. I would have tore every fucking window down in that bitch. I would have been in there lighting bitches shit on. I would have been out of fuck. Oh, what? If I ain't got a place, nigga, you ain't finna have a place either, bitch. The fuck you gonna do? You gonna do this to me? So you want to run the kids? Let's both run in front of the kids. Children, I ain't want y'all to see this shit, but we finna go fucking local on this bitch. And they probably would have been throwing shit too. You don't disrespect. You don't do that. Because now what your children are seeing is that this is how you get a woman to get under your control, what my father is doing. And then that cycle becomes repeated. And then we wonder why we have some women in situations that they are in. It's like, wow, that shit blew the fuck out of me. I said, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, I see why God made me a man. I see why. I said, yeah, you going over there, you have a penis, because that's just some shit I wouldn't even understand. I wouldn't even understand. Excuse me, wait, and then you got the neighbor sitting here recording it on their TikTok. Excuse me, what? Fuck are we doing? On my street, my grandsons have cousins on the end. Their godmother lives on the same street too. We deep over here. Okay, you better be deep. Okay, family link up. One text message, everybody pulling up. Okay, that's assault, child abuse, and they should be arrested. They really should be arrested. She's sitting there, Zaire. She is sitting there casually on the fucking cameras. I thought I had my AirPods still in from my walk with my dog. She's literally sitting there casually on this camera talking about they could have come talk to me. I didn't hear her say one thing about the police, a charge, or nothing. That's why I said I couldn't be her child's father, because the first thing I'd have been, the fuck you up here talking about? Did you press charges? I don't want to hear none of this peacemaking. They can come. They came and talk to you. Talk to you. We would have had issues. Me and her would have had issues for real. I would have been going to court trying to get custody on some real shit. On some real shit. I'd have felt like that was neglect and all. And Your Honor, all she wanted to do was go on camera and talk about. I'm gonna do an update tomorrow to see if there's anything else. If she did anything else. If there was any charges filed. I appreciate you, Stiggs, girl. So he came home late. She questioned him and he threw her out flat out. Ma'am, leave. That's your sign. This is why, ladies, you always have a separate account so you can always be ready. I don't care how sweet Ish is. He's a controlling narcissist, period. And a lot of women, and there's a lot of men who go through these kind of situations where you're dealing with someone you don't even know they're buttering you up, so they can become that narcissistic person. I know one thing: she better not ever. That's why I said, if he's acting like this to you, he's this comfortable treating you like this, then it lets what else has he done? Why is his immediate escalation kick you out? What other things has he exalted that didn't work? Those would have been my first signs. Like, This nigga don't love me. You put me out. Has he locked you out? Has he took the car keys? Has he cut your phone off? Stop paying the bill? All those are signs that he's leading up to putting your ass out. Like, that's the next step. Okay, I took her phone. She still ain't shutting up. I took the car keys. She still ain't shutting up. I stopped giving her money. She said, well, bitch, get out. And we're here. You don't let a nigga escalate on you like that. You don't let nobody escalate on you like that. Look at everybody's escalation sign. You tell me one thing, bitch, I be reading like, okay, cool. Let me move. Let me learn how to move. That's just respect. They set the kid up to get beat up. Yeah, all of that. Yeah, between the daughter and her. Yeah, all of that shit would be investigated. Ladies always keep your always home. Okay, I know that's right. My people, my people. He thinks he can do whatever because he takes care of her, which is what he's supposed to do. He's abusive. That is the sign. Leave and don't look back. I really hope she don't go back. I hope she finds a place and never go back. We need both sides of the story. We do. We're ready. I still think it's wrong to do it with kids, though. I mean, you gotta at least admit you're putting me out with your child on my arm and my two other sons. Wow, women always have your own place. Wow. My family laughs at me for saying I'm keeping my own house when I marry again. I think I need my space. They don't care. This is why these children be so messed up growing up. It's the kids that suffer. It truly is, Rodney. It truly is. This is why I pay for a house that my daughter and grandkids live in because nobody is never gonna toss my grandkids out. Fuck that, okay? I know that's right. You are doing the right thing, Six girl. If any of those men that commented he was right to kick her out because he pays all the bills, have women, those women need to leave them as well. Those men would do the same thing to them. It wouldn't take me too much to scroll through your Twitter and be like, oh, you like that? All right, we're gonna have to talk about this. Morning, Sticks girl. Shout out to the crew. And I hope y'all hit that like, gave me some love this morning. We rocking out. We a little bit past our 2-hour mark, but we rocking out. I had a cousin that did that. Good morning, Mama Chapman. Emotional and physical abuse. It had to be more than just a question. Like, damn. Okay. How did it go? Oh, wait, let him go, girl. Let the streets have him. This is why I will still keep my home after I marry and we buy our home. She will be back. I hate to see people arguing like that in public. It's so embarrassing. I can already tell. Just sad. It is. I know that was embarrassing. He could have at least kept the kids. Okay, that's what I'm saying. The children, you have no respect on that block no more, girl. You know he'll put you out. You better stop talking loud, or you better, to put your own children out speaks volumes. Keep my mouth closed. Bless her and those babies. I ain't saying I ain't never seen that shit happen in my family. I'm just saying it happens. Yeah, she should never look back. There are emergency housing services for women with children. Get those services and put him on support, girl. Never look back. He did that in front and to their children. All right, Hot Spicy T, I appreciate you. You know I always do. Thank you for coming through. She had to ask for that child coat. He got another woman. Period. He happened to me. It happened to me. Trust me, I know. Oh. And sure. I'm sorry that happens, Zaire. And ensure she knows the court that video of him throwing her and the children out at the custody support hearing. Okay. Street justice on that nigga ass for them throwing them kids out. Oh, well, now we talking. Okay, now my street justice immediate was to fuck up your whole window, your car, bitch. I'm both those and in the house, come everything up. I'm sure you're gonna move in with the man. Make sure your name is on that lease, period, or have your own stash. You can always put up, some rent in another account. Just pay monthly to an account like you paying rent, and then and something happen, you got the down payment, you got months of rent ready to go. I don't think we need both sides of the story. The man said in the video she don't get to question him for coming in late because he takes care of her. He said the reasoning right there. Baby, that wasn't enough. So we had a couple people comment on this one. So the first comment I saw was, bro wanted to come home to peace, not an interrogation. And so a woman replied, so he kicked his kids out? Totally understandable. What the fuck? And what you mean you want to come home to peace and not an interrogation? What's the reason for there to be an interrogation? It shouldn't feel like an interrogation if there's no foul at play. If I'm asking you a simple question, why you coming home late? What's going on? Why you feel like you're being interrogated? Because I could see me asking I have Well, it wasn't asking late, but you know, I ask questions. I'm very upfront and forward. You ain't finna put me out. Now, the fuck? We had another commenter. Other men in his family or hers need to pay him a visit and correct his line of thinking. That's weak shit. And hopefully she is in a position to leave him. At the very least, the kids are innocent. Why make them pay? And this is from a brother. And I agree. The kids are innocent. Why the fuck you would do some shit like that? And you're only raising a vicious cycle. What they see is they're gonna repeat. Somebody else said, nigga, them ain't his kids. Stop the narrative. He was clearly taking care of all of them, and she expect him to answer to her. Really ain't no nice way to end this. Those are her kids. Him trying is admirable, but this is sad. Sometimes it's better to be happy than to be right. And a man replied under that, this is too fucking true. And there we go. Shifting the blame. You accept the responsibility. You already knew. You had, first of all, one of them is his children. But second of all, you knew what it came with. You with this woman, obviously she had children before you. What do you mean? I didn't even get that. That made no fucking sense to me. That's such a cop out. Such a cop out. This another comment said, this is why all that let a man fully support you shit will never be me. I will always have my own money and my own shit. Y'all make fun of 50-50 females or independent women, but guess what? My house is mine. Can't put me out. Life lesson. Always own shit. Message. And that's it. That's period. That don't just go for women. That go for women, men, transsexual, anybody, everyone, all of us, all of my family and my LGBTQIA community. Have your own shit. Don't rely on nobody. You have to. And then well, that's not the last comment. This here, ladies, is why you always work to bring your own income in, because whoever wields all the money wields all the power. She gave him all the power and he used it against her. Always have enough of your own money and just leave and never have to look back. I love that. And that lesson is strong to me because of the women in my family. I see them go through so much and I watch them overcome so much. And a huge lesson out of that is always have your own shit, have a backup plan. My first, Miss Yvette, Miss Warren, first piece of advice she gave to me was when she was talking about when she divorced her husband. She wouldn't divorce him until she had her exit plan, her exit strategy. And that is one that you got to exit one out of it. And I can apply that. Here we go with this junky Wi-Fi. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? In my back, in my back, in my back, in my back, in my back. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. And then the last stupid ass comment was this one, you all. Women do the same every hour. And I said, you know what? They may do it every hour, but they damn sure ain't putting your ass out with a child. And I challenge anybody to find me a story where a woman put a man out with the child. Find that story, and I got you on the back end. Because I tried to this morning just for this point. But I have not found a story. Maybe you got a story in your family you can share where the woman actually put the man out with the children. But I find that to be very, very false. And women do it every hour. Well, we can have a discussion about the reasons why that may occur every hour. Yeah, there are some false cases where women use it against a man, get out, Yeah, but they're not, more than likely it's a situation. So, and in some instances, women do need to put a nigga out. Let's not just fucking lie about that shit. Shout out to my fucking family. There's some instances where women do need to put a nigga out. Get the fuck out. You just around here just taking up space. You ain't providing or doing nothing. And you walking around holding the weight like you the man of the house and you ain't worth shit. Get the fuck out. Yeah, you do need to get the fuck out because at that point you need to provide. And in this case, he was providing, and he must have been okay with his wife being a housewife. Okay, fine. But what you can't do is hold that over her head, sir. I don't know who taught you that lesson. I don't know if you saw that in your, and sometimes it's a cultural thing. Baby, you need to be very careful about who you get involved with in their cultures and their traditions. Some motherfuckers be like that. You can't have no life. I gotta have the life. You gotta see life through my eyes. Well, what the fuck? What would I got eyes for? The fuck? But again, that's that's norms and customs, and I try not to invade people's customs and stuff like that. But this was incorrect, and this was very, very wrong. Um, Completely wrong. People should stop it with people who they can't see themselves marrying. If those two men have women, they need to leave ASAP. That makes no sense. They believe they can do anything, and their women not question them because of being a provider. Okay, that's right. Never be in a position where a nigga can put you out. Always have your own money, even if you're stash money to the side in a separate account. Old girl didn't watch Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Same scenario, honey. Have a little digital business to bring. Okay, ain't nothing with having your little Sheen website selling products. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Speaking of money, get a lottery ticket today. Mega Millions, 1.1 billion. Oh shit. Thank you. Cause I need to get one too. I sent you the video on IG. Okay. Oh, got okay. Let me see if I can pull it up. I can pull it up. I can pull it up. Thank you. Thank you. We finna watch the video of the man. Yeah, I want to show that clip. That was his wife, or were they shacking up? That was his wife. Well, let me get back to work. Thank you for being here, Rodney. I appreciate it. I'm buying one, baby. If we win, we're gonna have a cash app party. Okay, Mega Million is a 1.1 billion. I'll be getting my ticket. I'll let Karma fight for me. Baby. Listen. All right, let me play this video, y'all. And this one is coming. Shout out to SNL. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate when y'all send me some stuff, news and some highlights and stuff. And thank y'all for being here. We had a good show this morning. Um, I hope y'all hit that like button too. All right, let me get this video up and popping. All right. Now, this is the video of the mother of the man ass beating his daughter. This is her sharing about what actually happened. So
this shit was so. Bro. This shit was so bro. Bro, this shit was so fucking bro. I was in court every day, dog. And you know that, bro. For you to turn around and do this shit to your daughter, bro. This shit is.
whoa. I'm gonna watch that clip first because I don't know how graphic and detailed it get, and I don't want to. Whoa. So she did do the proper paperwork. Go, girl. That's all I say was make sure you go do the proper paperwork. You went to court. You did everything you need to do. Y'all got his ass. I ain't got no. Listen. Hey, that was his shit. They stripped that nigga naked. I don't know if y'all saw that shit. That's why I said, "Oh, I gotta stop." But they roll that nigga over, and all you see is little dick flying everywhere. But I'm glad that happened. That was street justice that needed to be served. The other street justice on that 12-year-old boy, they need their ass beat deep, like deep. That was some bullshit. You don't beat on nobody 12-year-old child, certainly not mine. And shout out to the crew, y'all. That's all I got for y'all today. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. I hope y'all hit that like button on y'all way in or during the show or on y'all way out of the show. Just to recap what we talked about today. We talked about the positive news of this autistic boy receiving a $15,000 piano as well as a year of lessons. Shout out to him and the guy who sent it to him. We talked about Keith Lee, who helped this man's business when he didn't even have to. This man's gotten buku business. Shout out to him. Y'all got to check the earlier part of the show out where we did our good news, our positive news. That was really, really good if you didn't catch it. And shout out to the replay crew if you're still here in the show. I appreciate you. We talked about this bowling alley incident, which was nuts as fuck. She didn't take him out, but she knocked this man out with a bowling ball like crazy. We talked about these 2 random attacks in Florida. Woman just angry, mad, got out her car and knocked 2 old women out in 2 separate locations. She first knew who to target. Let's just go on record. She knew who to target. Because, girl, you got your ass skint fucking around with the right person. Then we talked about this 6-year-old who's in custody after shooting a teacher. And we talked about how there's not much that they can do. Shout out to Abby, and we hope you heal and you get all of the support you need during this time. I gave you all an update on Sinzae Reed, and we talked about it's clear that he had nothing on him, no weapons, and that because of the modification of their stand your ground laws in Ohio statewide, now the burden of defense is on prosecutors when a person selects the ops to say that they was defending themselves. There's the stand your ground law. So that's something else I'm going to stay tuned to. We talked about the man who shot the robber in the store, and we all were looking like, okay, and here I go, all over a fake gun. No. We talked about the son whose body was found after the family reported him missing, which was a very, very sad story. Rest in peace to you, young man. We talked about our street justice stories today, and the first one was just the guy who raped his daughter and how he was severely beaten, took his lip off. And was that justified or not? And we said, hell yeah, that was justified. And then we talked about another street justice story, which was about the mom who saw her son being beat up by a 12-year-old son being beat up by these grown men at the bus stop. Was this justified? Abso-fucking-lutely not. You hound dogs. Just wanting something to get your anger out on, and you chose the child. And then we closed on the baby mom being kicked out by the husband because she questioned why he was coming home so late. You fucking asinine man. And so that was our local news report for today. And so thank y'all for being here. I hope y'all hit the like button. I hope y'all enjoyed today's show. I really did, because I did too. Did they ever find that driver who ran those over those 2 men outside the gay club bar in Chicago? Not that I heard of, but that is something I can just double check on. I'm gonna just see, because that is a good point. Good question to ask. The Chicago attacks. Girl, don't be bringing that show back up, please. Oh, I get the blushing just thinking about the show. Thank you, Fashionista for Life. Thank you, and I appreciate you for being here too. Have a great day, YouTube W. And did you drop your Cash App? So that bowling alley incident was real. Lord, I thought it was some social media clown prank. Nah, it was real. Love y'all. You too, Oxidiato Queen. Thank you. See y'all. Thank you. All right. Thank y'all for being here as always. I appreciate y'all support. And until next time, deuces. Good morning. Thank you for being here this Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman